Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope that you guys are having a good week. I hope that you're staying safe and healthy and that you guys are doing well. Just wanted to update you on a couple things that we're looking to do over the next couple weeks. We want to put together a video project that a Christmas video project that incorporates you guys, allow you guys to, be able to do some things. And so I'll be contacting you over the next week to find times to where we can come and shoot some video in your driveway. You'll be able to put on your best ugly Christmas sweater, be able to shoot some video clips for us that we hope to use both as a big youth group video and on some of the Christmas services that we're doing here at the church around Christmas Eve and the Sunday after Christmas. So I'll be contacting you guys about good times and when we can come and do that. So hope that you guys are doing well. Want to be able to give you guys some videos, things, especially for those of you who aren't able to meet in person, be able to talk to you guys a little bit and have you, have some messages, things like that, to watch whenever you feel like it. Because as you know, we have been going over the book of Matthew on Wednesday nights. We've done that in person some, we've done that over Zoom, and we're going to continue in person for the next couple weeks, take a break for Christmas and New Year's, and then in January we'll come back and pick back up on the book of Matthew, because this is a great gospel. This is a lot of fantastic stuff in here as we look at what it means to follow Jesus, learn about Jesus, and emulate what Jesus did with his life. And how that's lived out in our faith today. So tonight we're talking about Matthew 5, and this is a great, honestly, one of the best chapters in the whole gospel, if not the whole Bible as we know it. But this is where Jesus kicks off the Sermon on the Mount. He's been baptized. He went through his temptations. He's called some of his followers. He's began his ministry. And so he gets this big gathering of people, and it picks up in chapter 5. When Jesus saw all these crowds, he went up the mountain. And after he sat down, his disciples came to him, and they began to speak. Jesus began to speak, and he taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you who people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you." So these first 12 passages of chapter 5, these are what are known as the Beatitudes, that Jesus kicks off the Sermon on the Mount as these sayings, and really kind of, people hearing these things and even us reading these things kind of shifts our perspective, shifts how we look at things in terms of success and power, what it means to be powerful, what it means to be successful, what it means to, do all these different things. Jesus really shifts the perspective here of what we think as being important in life. Jesus doesn't talk about money. Jesus doesn't talk about the value of a high social status. Jesus doesn't talk about, having nice clothes or anything. Jesus talks about the important characteristics of our faith that revolve around having an open, empathetic heart for other people, for being able to help people and care for people. Jesus speaks to people who have been marginalized, oppressed, hurt, beaten down, and speaks to them and says that there was a lot of power in those things, just not the same way that people have thought about power before. That's not wearing a crown and bossing people around. It's not having a ton of money. It's not, doing all these things that we consider fancy or really cool, but it's about, Jesus really shows what our faith should be about. It's about taking a breath and realizing the ideals of God are more about what is in our hearts, what's in our character, and how we actually care for those around us than it is about the titles that we have, any fancy thing we have, any material possession that we own. Jesus really talks about what it means for us to humbly come before God, to serve God's kingdom, not to just serve the kingdom of the earth, but to serve God's creation and God's people, which I think is really cool. And so Jesus starts the Sermon on the Mount off by this, and then goes into detail, as hopefully you guys will reread through these Beatitudes, and then read through the rest of chapter 5 as Jesus kind of gives this big, broad idea of what it means to follow God, and then launches into a lot of very specific things that even people back then struggle with, and people struggle with now, that Jesus addresses these things on a very personal level, and gives a really good idea of what it means to follow God in our everyday lives, gives out tangible ways in which we can react to things, which we can address things, that really shows how we serve God in our everyday lives. So I encourage you guys to read this chapter. We'll continue going chapter by chapter of this. This is a really big but really important chapter in, the start of Jesus' ministry, and kind of sets the tone for what Jesus continues to do throughout this gospel. So I hope you guys will take the time to read this, reflect on some of these things, read and reread these Beatitudes, and kind of get on, this is a really good thing to keep in mind about the bigger picture of God's kingdom, not just our personal, what we think is right or what we think is good, but really keeping in mind what it means to follow and serve God. So these are some really cool things. So I encourage you guys to read through these. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can text me, you can call me, send me an email, send me a message on Instagram or anything like that you guys have access to. Let me know if you guys have any questions or want to talk about anything pertaining to this. So hope that you guys are doing well. I do want to let you guys know about another thing, is that if you would like to send Christmas cards to anyone else in the youth group, please just let me know. I can get you cards, envelopes, stamps, addresses, anything that you might need to be able to send Christmas cards to each other. So let me know if you would like to do that, and I can get you the proper resources. So hope that you guys have a good rest of your week. Let me know if you need anything, any questions, or just want to talk. So I miss you guys. I hope that you're doing well, and we'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Peace out.